Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to talk about calculating percentages. You have to do 3 steps to get the percentage of any number. Write each number as a fraction, simplify, multiply. Now, let's try to solve an example. I have 30% of 6,200. What are the 3 steps? Write each number as a fraction, simplify, then multiply. How do I write each number as a fraction here? The 30% will be written as 30 over 100. Instead of the word of, we will put the multiplication sign. Instead of 6,200, we will put 6,200 over 1. Now I'm done with the first step, which is write each number as a fraction. Now I should simplify. How do I simplify? I divide by the same number up and down. Remember, when you simplify, you cannot simplify two numbers that are next to each other. I have to take something from up and something from down. So I will take the 2 zeros up with the 2 zeros down. Do I have any more simplification? No. So I will multiply. What do I multiply? I multiply the two numerators together and the two denominators together. You can do this in your margin. Multiply 30 times 62. It will give you 1,860, and of course 1 times 1 will give you 1. And you know that anything over 1 will give you the same number. Try to solve this by yourself. Prepare your copybook and pen. Start to solve, pause the video till you get the final answer. First, write each number as a fraction. Now we need to simplify something from up with something from down. Take a 0 from up with one of the zeros down. Do I have any more simplification? Yes. The 10 that's down and the 75 that's up are both divisible by 5. So 10 divided 5 and 75 divided 5. 10 divided 5 will give you 2. 75 divided 5 will give you 15. And you can do this in the margin. Do I have any more simplification? Yes. The 2 that's down and the 478 that's up are both even numbers. So they are divisible by 2. So we will divide 478 by 2 and we will divide 2 by 2. 478 divided by 2 will give you 239. You can do this as long division in the margin. And 2 divided by 2, of course, will give you 1. Now my numbers became 15 over 1 times 239 over 1. What should I do now? I'm going to multiply. Multiply the two numerators together and the two denominators together. Now, I'm going to do this in the margin. 239 times 15. Start with the units, which is the 5. You will do 5 times 9, 5 times 3, and 5 times 2. 5 times 9 will give you 45. So you will write 5 and carry up 4. 5 times 3 will give you 15. 15 and I have 4, it will be 19. So write 9 and carry up the 1. 5 times 2 is 10, and I have 1 in the carry up, so it will be 11. So in the first row, I have this number. What about the second row? Don't forget to put the 0. Then multiply 1 times 9, 1 times 3, 1 times 2. So I will get this number. Add these two rows, you will get this number. So my final answer here is 3,585. Now, do I have any other ways to get the percentage of any number? Yes. For example, in this question, I have number 7,800 and he wants me to get 30%, 25%, 18% and 80% of the same number. You have an easier way. Instead of doing this by the old way that you know, we have another way. Just get to 1% of the number that you have. And if you multiplied the number that you got from the 1%, multiplied it by 30, it will give you 30% of the same number. If you multiplied the number that you got from the 1% times 18, it will give you 18% of the same number. Now we are going to compare between the two ways, the old way and this way. If I want to get 18% of this number, the old way, write each number as a fraction. So I have 18 over 100 times the number that I have over 1. Simplify, take the two zeros up with the two zeros down. So your numbers will be 18 over 1 times 78 over 1. Now multiply, and you can do this in your margin. 18 times 78 will give you 1404 over 1. Anything over 1 will give you the same number. Okay, let's do this with the new way. I want to get 1% only of the number that I have. Then I will multiply. So 1% of this number, I will do this step only with the old way. So 1 over 100 times 7,800 over 1. Simplify, take the two zeros up with the two zeros down. So the numbers will be 1 over 1 times 78 over 1, which is equal to 1 times 78 equals 78. This 78 is the 1% of the 7,800. Now, how do I get the 18%? Multiply the 18 times the number that you got from the 1%. It will give you the same number, which is 1,404. Let's try to do the same with the 30% in the old way. Write each number as a fraction. So 30 over 100 times the number that I have over 1. Simplify, take the two zeros up with the two zeros down. So your numbers will be like that. Then multiply. All of what I need to multiply is the 30 times 78. Do it in the margin. It will give you this number over 1, which is equal to 2,340. Let's do this with the new way. What is the new way saying? Take the number that you got from the 1% multiplied by 30. So I have the number that I have from the 1% is 78. So to get 30% of the same number, multiply the 30 by the number that you got from the 1%, which is 78. It will give you the same answer. Now try to solve this by yourself. Divide your page into two parts. Work with the old way and work with the new way to see that you will get the same answer at the end. I want you only to do 46% and 11%. Pause the video till you get your final answer. In the old way, I'm going to write 46 over 100 times the number that I have over 1. Simplify, multiply, you will get this answer. Let's do this with the new way. Get 1% of the number that you have. Write each number as a fraction. Simplify, multiply, it will give you 88. So to get the 46%, you will multiply 46 times the number that you got from the 1%. It will give you the same answer. Let's do the 11% with the old way. Write each number as a fraction. Simplify, multiply, you will get this number. With the new way, all of what I need to do is just to multiply the 11 times the number that I got from the 1%, and it will give you this number. Now, the question is saying 1,200 people went to a show. Ticket sales raised £3,400. Program sales raised £2,800. The question is, 25% of the total money raised was given to charity. How much money was given to charity? All of what I need to do is to calculate 25% of the money raised. Okay, so what will I do? Now I need to get the total money first, because I have a part from tickets and a part from programs. So I will add the 3,400 plus 2,800. It will give you this number. Now, how to get the 25% of the total money, write each number as a fraction, simplify, multiply, you will get this answer. Another question. 40% of the audience were children. How many children were there? Take care, I want to calculate 40% only of people. Take care. So write each number as a fraction, but here my total number will be only 1,200 because he's talking about people, not about money. Simplify, multiply, you will get this number. Another question. 12% of people arrived by bus, 27% arrived by car, 36% walked, and the rest came by train. What percentage and how many people came by train? Take care, here you have two questions. Percentage of people who came by train and number of people who came by train. Take care of something. The total is always equal to 100%. So to get the percentage of people who came by train, I'm going to make 100% minus all of what I have. When you add the 12% and 27% and 36%, you will get 75%. So to get percentage of people who came by train, I will make 100% minus 75%. It will give you 25%. Now the second part of the question. How many people came by train? It's going to be 25% of all people. So it's going to be 25 over 100 times 1,200 over 1. Simplify, multiply, it will give you this answer. Now try by yourself to answer the questions here. The first question is this. Pause the video till you get the answer. Here's the answer. Another question. Pause your video till you get your answer. Here is the answer. Thank you.